I'm just going to tell you, you're going to have to wait and see. It's coming up soon, but it's all going to be based on evidence.
She played with fire, and now she got burned. This isn't going to end well for you, Blake. Sorry.
It's not going to be just a lawsuit. It's going to be the kind of lawsuit that is full of evidence.
To me, this does not help Blake Lively's case at all.
Missions, documents, which prove exactly what she did and how she bullied her way through the process to take over the movie and used her PR people to try and destroy Justin.
From blockbuster roles to picture-perfect red carpets, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds have always seemed untouchable in Hollywood. But what if the sparkle and glamour were only masking a storm waiting to erupt? Word on the street is that a shocking legal battle has erupted between the power couple and fellow actor-director Justin Baldoni. Allegations of defamation, a demand for astronomical damages, and rumors of destroyed reputations have thrust these three names into the center of a swirling controversy. With friendships, fortunes, and Hollywood futures on the line, everyone is asking the same question: will this scandal topple the empire Blake and Ryan worked so hard to build? Or will the entire narrative flip before it's all said and done? Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds have long been regarded as one of Hollywood's golden couples. Their playful banter on social media, high-profile business ventures, and unwavering support for each other's work painted a picture of harmony that fans couldn't get enough of. Meanwhile, Justin Baldoni rose to the spotlight primarily through television roles and directing gigs that highlighted not just his talent, but also his reputation for uplifting messages and social awareness. Their paths seemed destined to intersect in a positive, big-screen way, until everything took a dramatic turn. Whispers of trouble started when the three were rumored to be collaborating on a new film project, widely anticipated to be a career-defining piece. Then, out of nowhere, came the bombshell. Justin Baldoni allegedly filed a lawsuit accusing Blake Lively of fabricating scandalous claims, including serious allegations that could end a person's entire career. Ryan Reynolds was said to be wrapped up in this as well, either by siding with Blake or possibly even contributing to the rumor mill. Suddenly, fans who were expecting a star-studded collaboration were glued to their screens, watching a very different drama unfold, a real-life legal war that threatened to unravel some of Hollywood's most cherished images. The most jarring part? Justin Baldoni's team claimed Blake's accusations had no merit and were designed to sabotage both his professional and personal life. For many, it was impossible to fathom a star like Blake Lively resorting to such tactics, yet the lawsuit was on the table. Justin appeared resolute, vowing to clear his name, recover damages for the fallout, and ensure that no quiet backroom settlement could sweep things under the rug. And that, as many discovered, was only the beginning. When the lawsuit against Blake Lively went public, details started pouring in at a speed that left Hollywood insiders reeling. There were mentions of harassment and defamation, sprinkled with suggestions that Justin's professional standing suffered irreparable harm. Even more surprising was Ryan Reynolds' alleged involvement. Some claimed he not only stood by Blake's side, but actively stoked the flames by mocking Justin in private circles and possibly even in his upcoming film projects. Suddenly, the story turned into a legal quagmire involving two major celebrities armed with formidable financial and legal resources. Observers believed Justin Baldoni would face a serious uphill battle. After all, Blake and Ryan command not just star power, but an impressive network of corporate partnerships and Hollywood alliances. Yet, in a twist no one saw coming, rumors began circulating that a billionaire had decided to back Justin's case. If true, that would instantly shift the power dynamic, making this more of a fair fight and raising the stakes to near unimaginable levels. Lawyers for both sides upped the ante, releasing statements and filing legal motions that hinted this would be no run-of-the-mill lawsuit. The sheer scale of the claim, allegedly seeking hundreds of millions in damages, ensured that the media and the public took notice. Industry experts started debating the potential fallout. If Blake and Ryan lost, would they be ruined financially? How would major studios respond? And if Justin was found to have no case, would it mark him as someone who tried to exploit the courts for a massive payday? The tension was palpable, and each new headline delivered another piece to an increasingly puzzling and scandalous story. As court documents slowly trickled into public view, a wave of unsettling details surfaced. Some sources claimed that behind the scenes, there had been intense creative disagreements during pre-production of the film that was supposed to bring them all together. Allegations flew that Blake wanted more control, possibly leveraging her star power to push Justin out of key decision-making roles. Rumor had it that when Justin wouldn't bow to those demands, Blake might have used her influence to spin a damaging narrative about his behavior on set, an accusation Justin vehemently denies. But it didn't stop there. Another revelation hinted Ryan Reynolds might have taken Blake's side to extreme lengths. Certain comedic jabs in his scripts were rumored to be veiled shots at Justin, references that insiders suspected were attempts to publicly embarrass him. Whether or not that was the true intention remains unclear. Yet the buzz only fueled the scandal. Fans were left debating if these comedic references were simply part of Deadpool's brand of edgy humor or if Ryan had genuinely weaponized his screen persona to degrade a former collaborator. Reports also emerged suggesting that Justin's talent agency had dropped him in record time once the allegations against him made the rounds. If that was indeed the case, it illustrated just how powerful a rumor can be in Hollywood, where image is currency and reputation is everything. Justin's lawyers framed it as an example of how damaging and possibly baseless accusations can ruin an individual overnight, especially if the persons behind them have influence in the industry. Meanwhile, Blake's team seemed confident, offering no apologies or retractions. The message was clear: she wasn't backing down, and the war was only escalating. For a while, it looked like the advantage belonged entirely to Blake and Ryan, given their substantial wealth and their broad network of corporate ties. Hollywood lawsuits are notorious for draining finances, and it's common for less famous individuals to settle quickly if they're short on funds. But in this saga, Justin Baldoni allegedly had a silent partner, a billionaire co-founder of his production company who was ready to finance Justin's legal battle to the bitter end. This completely shifted the balance of power. Instead of feeling compelled to settle, Justin could stand his ground, determined to prove every detail in court rather than behind closed doors. According to whispers around the industry, this financial backing included more than just covering legal fees. It might also have involved public relations expertise to ensure that Justin's side of the story reached the public just as effectively as Blake's and Ryan's. Overnight, the case transformed from a presumed mismatch into a face-off between two equally formidable opponents. Settlements, if any, would likely not come cheap or easy. It wasn't long before tabloids began piling on the drama, running headlines like "Billionaire backs underdog director" and "Hollywood's power couple in peril," the $400 million disaster. Even the biggest cynics started to wonder if the case might actually go to trial, a rarity in star-studded legal disputes. At the heart of it all lay one pressing question: if Justin was telling the truth, how far had Blake gone to maintain her public image at his expense? And if Justin was exaggerating, was he doing so purely for a gargantuan payday? Or was it a final attempt to salvage a career that might already be on the rocks? The court case itself was enough to shake the foundations of everyone's careers, but the ripple effects went far beyond legal documents. Blake Lively had been championing multiple product lines, hair care, lifestyle brands, and a buzzing cocktail mix that had gained significant traction. All of a sudden, consumer sentiment seemed to shift. People took to social media to express outrage, especially those who suspected that Blake might have used damaging allegations to sideline someone she viewed as competition. Online petitions sprang up calling for boycotts of her merchandise, and some retail chains reportedly began distancing themselves from her brand. Whether this was a genuine dip in popularity or a temporary backlash was anyone's guess, but it spelled trouble for an industry that takes brand reputation seriously. Ryan Reynolds, too, felt the sting. Known for his witty social media presence and comedic roles, Ryan had successfully parlayed his Deadpool fame into various sponsorships and entrepreneurial ventures. But when rumors circulated that certain jokes in Deadpool 3 were personal digs at Justin Baldoni, the corporate world grew uneasy. Disney, which had absorbed the Deadpool franchise when it acquired Fox, apparently wasn't thrilled about fueling any real-life feud in one of its biggest potential blockbusters. There were murmurings that Ryan was asked to tone down the edgy jokes or risk the possibility of corporate backlash. A few analysts went as far as to say that if matters escalated, Ryan's involvement in the future of the Deadpool series might be questioned. The notion seemed unthinkable, yet the mere possibility sent shockwaves through the fan community. At the same time, Justin Baldoni's future hinged on clearing his name. In Hollywood, once a serious label like harasser or troublemaker sticks, it can be nearly impossible to shake. Justin's decision to stand and fight signaled he was betting everything on this lawsuit. One outcome could vindicate him and open the doors to bigger projects and a revitalized career, while another could solidify negative opinions and turn him into a cautionary tale of someone who took on too much. It was an all-or-nothing gamble that demanded unwavering dedication. As the conflict dragged on, the media and public reaction took center stage. Social platforms buzzed with debates, fan theories, and heated arguments, each side championing their favorite stars. One day, hashtags supporting Blake and Ryan would trend, citing their charitable work and their status as a lovable Hollywood couple. The next day, supporters of Justin Baldoni rallied behind the idea that smaller voices often get drowned out by powerful insiders, and that if these allegations were untrue, Justin deserved justice and restitution. Major entertainment shows capitalized on the drama, featuring legal experts who picked apart every public statement. They analyzed whether Blake's refusal to settle was a sign of confidence or just an attempt to bully Justin into submission through prolonged court battles. They also debated Ryan's comedic jabs. Were they truly referencing Justin, or was that a conspiracy theory concocted by tabloids hungry for sensationalism? Several colleagues in Hollywood found themselves walking on eggshells, trying to avoid taking sides or making statements that might later backfire. Projects that were set to involve any of the three principals had to reevaluate budgets, public relations strategies, and release dates. The mere association with the scandal risked overshadowing the creative merit of their work. Nevertheless, for the general public, this fiasco had become a social phenomenon. Some saw it as just another piece of celebrity gossip, while others treated it as a serious debate about power, influence, and accountability in the entertainment industry. Every new leak or revelation fed the fire, making it harder for any side to back down gracefully. As the court date loomed, a series of pretrial motions offered a glimpse of the tensions to come. Both sides seemed determined to dig up every piece of evidence: emails, on-set anecdotes, social media messages, and financial records. The thoroughness of Justin's legal strategy, presumably supported by billionaire funding, indicated that he was not interested in any kind of quiet settlement. Meanwhile, Blake's legal team appeared to be gearing up for a battle of epic proportions, possibly betting on either overwhelming evidence in her favor or a verdict that might hinge on technical legal nuances. Insiders predicted that if this went to a jury, the trial could stretch on for months, turning into a spectacle akin to the biggest courtroom dramas Hollywood had ever seen. The outcomes varied wildly in public speculation, from Justin emerging entirely vindicated and receiving a staggering settlement, to Blake and Ryan winning decisively and painting Justin as a desperate opportunist. And in the middle of this swirl of speculation was the stark reality: if either side miscalculated, the financial and reputational toll could be devastating. For now, fans, critics, and curious onlookers can only wait. Even those who never paid much attention to celebrity lawsuits are keeping an eye on this one, drawn in by the monumental stakes and the star power involved. The lines are drawn, and neither side seems willing to blink first. Will Blake and Ryan emerge unscathed, or will this confrontation cost them the glittering empire they've spent years constructing? Will Justin triumph in a battle that could validate his stance and give hope to those who feel overshadowed by the rich and powerful? One thing is certain: the showdown is far from over, and as new developments emerge, the entire industry will be watching closely. In an arena where image is currency, the biggest twist might still be waiting in the wings. Keep your eyes on this unfolding drama, because the next revelation could reshape everything you thought you knew about Hollywood's brightest stars.